Let me show you. This is the part I was saying. Imagine we're gonna have the PVC, the thickness of the PVC between these 2 points, and then this section is joined to here. This section will be what screws on at the back, but we don't need to make that part because we're not going to see it. It's not going to be a printable model. It's just going to be a render. No, exactly. Exactly. You missed Consti. Consti came to say hi. So we're going to need I think the choker is going to be transparent, so we are going to need the part that's going to go through. Obviously this is just either side of the PVC at the minute. We need the part that's going to go through, so let's clone that one again. This time make it smaller, and then I'm not going to validate these yet because we need to test the thickness on the choker. Is it like a naily bit? What is a naily bit? Yeah, so kind of. So imagine, so in real life, this part and this part will be one piece, and on the inside of this part there would be a thread, and then this part and this part would be another piece, and there'd be a thread on the inside of here, so that the PVC would then go down this gap. Oops. And then obviously you would have to cut a hole this size through the PVC first, and then put the two sides together. Okay, so let's add a group. So we can move all those together, and then let's bring back the choker. Why can't I see the choker? Okay, scale. So we want to keep the choker itself to the scale that it is, so that when we export it and import it into the scene with the character, it still remains the same scale as the character. If you remember, we modelled the PVC part of the choker on the neck section of the actual character from the other scene. This one here, we trimmed off this section of the neck, and then we made the tube profile around the neck like this red part here. So as long as we don't scale this choker in this scene, then when we export it and import it into the other scene, we should be good to go. So let's bring, so the tube, where is the tube? Okay, so that's there. Bring this right down in size. Just for the sake of being able to see things, it's giving origami. Kind of, I suppose. Okay, let's also bring the neck in. So now we can kind of get an idea of the angle that the head is at. Let's bring this out. It's still quite big. Down. Okay. Add the neck. So now you can see where this part needs to go through. And we're going to have to use some artistic license, because obviously the PVC is curved and the back of this metal part is not, and it wouldn't be curved in real life either. It would flatten out the PVC a bit. So there you go, that's the idea. So once they're all in position, we're going to cut this hole out in the middle so you can see through it, so you'll be able to see the character's skin through the hole. So that's looking pretty good actually. There's none of the main piece going through the choker. That's looking good. Now I don't want this first one right in the middle. Too much symmetry does not look great on characters. It kind of detracts from the realism, just like when you're texturing skin and the main blocky elements of the face. Like your ears, they're not completely symmetrical, etc. It's always good to move things about. Obviously, when you make things bigger with the gizmo, you make everything bigger in all directions on your X, Y, and Z axis. So you end up having to pull bits backwards and forwards slightly. So you can see here this back cylinder may be a little bit too big. So we can just drop that down in size. Here's a sisters, not twins. I like this. Where did you hear this? Down slightly. So kind of pretty much like vertically in the middle. So we need to remember in the character scene, we've got the character here kind of level. But if we actually look in the scene, it's actually the head that is level, and you've got this drop in the shoulder. So if we put this how it's facing there, you see? So this isn't actually at the front right now. So I think I'm kind of happy with that though. It kind of sits kind of cool. It's usually said for eyebrows in makeup videos. MUA, baby. Boo says purr. Okay, so now the question is, do we do a curve repeater? Do we do them all manually? I'm feeling doing them manually. For those of you who said you wanted a little curve repeater video, I think I'll make a mini tutorial separately for you, because we're not going to do it here. Okay, let's get a look of the general aesthetic.